Kami.
Are you okay?
Yeah, look,
You right, man?
we're doing good. Doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right, let's fucking do this shit.
I feel like the roles are reversed.
The roles are a little bit reversed.
Yeah, dude.
So after our big debacle with the fucking whiskey last week, turns out I feel like shit now.
Yep.
And Danny didn't come with whiskey, so
I didn't come with whiskey. I didn't come with
anything.
anything.
Just
Nothing.
himself
Just myself. And I brought one of these for us
to share,
to share. That's probably why he's sick.
probably.
Yeah. And
Amongst other things, shit got weird after the last podcast.
yeah, whatever happens to the podcast stays in the podcast.
Also, don't at me for these dying plants. We just slugged a bit of water in there, so we should be good in about 2 days, hopefully.
Should be fine.
Anyway, let's kick this fucking game off.
Oh,
go.
welcome. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's good to be back.
It is good to be here. Thanks for coming.
So,
What are we chatting about today, Danny Blaze?
we're going to talk about enjoying the shit that you do.
Enjoy the process.
Enjoying the process.
Enjoy the process. Why is that important? What does that mean? You tell me what does that actually mean to you, to enjoy someone's process?
Well, enjoyment is something that's definitely, I think people will overlook when it comes to, going for their fitness and health goals. They're trying to find the perfect program. They're probably trying to find the perfect exercises.
Definitely.
But they fucking hate it. But why is training enjoyment, or why enjoyment and morale and stuff like that so important? Because that's what's going to keep you going forever. Like,
100%.
What's the point of doing something if you don't like it?
Literally.
So
Literally.
that's where it is. Training morale, just, when it comes to fitness and health goals in general, such a pinnacle point for your goals, whether if it's results or not. Because if you love doing what you do, you're going to keep showing up.
100%. Absolutely.
And that's the aim.
It's all about longevity. Everything that we're talking about with you guys is the fundamentals about how you can actually do something, achieve a result, and keep it for life.
Correct.
There's no point doing something now if you're not going to be doing it in 6 months. And in 6 months' time, you end up back at the start again,
100%.
as we say. So how can we actually learn to enjoy what we do? Not necessarily be enjoying it at the start, but at least learn to enjoy the things that you need to do to achieve the result so you can actually continue that on in the future. Do you have any pointers for the crew?
Absolutely.
Tell them.
If you're stuck in this limbo period of just like, I actually don't know what I enjoy. I don't know what to do. And you know what? Some people just probably don't enjoy the gym. They're coming from trainers. We hear that a lot. Some people just don't like lifting weights. That's okay. Some people don't like to run. That's okay. Best plan of attack. If you don't know where to start, just start. Just start somewhere. Dip your toes into some different new areas. Probably you might never have thought, you might like. Some people might try Pilates. Some people might try go play tennis. Pick up a sport, like a team sport, something like that. It's important when you're initially trying to find your groove in your fitness and health lifestyle. You want to align it with something. I'm just like, yeah, I could definitely keep doing this. And it's probably not going to be instantly off the bat. And the reality is that we want to avoid thinking of what is best for you just because your mates are just doing it. Okay? That's a big one too. So,
Or the people on your Instagram.
or the people on your Instagram, absolutely. They'll give you
Or
these,
Susie's friend that lost 10 kilos already,
so much of them. Because it may work for them, but that's when it comes back to you. Is it going to work for you? Everyone's an individual. You have to figure out what you're going to do it for you.
100%.
What do you reckon?
I think that enjoying the process, enjoying the things that you're doing to achieve the result is crucial for longevity, like I said before. But there's also a fine line between, focusing so much on the enjoyment or so much on the process.
100%.
So you got to be able to find the balance between the two. I think that a lot of people online in particular are speaking a lot about how there's a lot of pressure on in either in doing everything exactly right or doing everything so that you can enjoy everything. And I think either end of the spectrum are unrealistic to maintain.
Yeah.
If you are focused solely on just enjoying everything that you do and having a good time and trying to achieve results that way, your results probably won't be that good, And you're going to be fighting an uphill battle to try to enjoy everything or find things that you do enjoy to be able to continue on. Because I don't know if you've fucking done something new before, I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
Lots of things new.
Yeah.
Anyway, you probably don't like it when you first start. If you're shit at something, it's probably not going to be that fun.
Probably.
You know?
Yeah.
So when you're in that still learning phase of whatever you're trying to do, let's say you're learning a sport, you're learning martial arts, you're learning jiu-jitsu, you're learning to play fucking netball, the team's really good, whatever, and you're the shittest one in the team, you're probably not going to have that much of a good time initially. But it doesn't mean that you block that out because like, oh, it's okay, I don't enjoy that, I'm going to try something new. Be open to new things, but stick with it until you're actually confident with something, competent, and you can actually start to learn to enjoy that because you're having fun because you're good at it now. You know, so I think that finding the line between being strict and finding out what you need to do for that result. So finding out the process, what do I actually need to do to achieve that result? And then start to bring in some things that you actually do enjoy or you could potentially enjoy, give it enough time. Yeah, that would be my little balance that I'd say.
Balance is
right in the middle.
Balance is very, very important. You know, it's such a good point. Like it really is about sticking it out to whether if you know, like we'll continue to enjoy it as well because like you're right. When we first started, we are pretty fucking terrible. In jits, myself example,
Bad.
Killer. Most humbling experience ever.
Bad.
You got to keep doing it to get that little bit better. You know
Getting
what I mean?
choked out by 16-year-olds, like mums, very, very like, shock to the ego.
Very big shock to the ego.
But now it's fun.
But now it's fun because we're still shit, but probably not just as shit as
We
when
can
first
choke out
started.
at least a couple 16-year-ds. You know, so
Not
you know what I mean?
the
Not
mums.
all of them, but
Not the mums yet.
not the good. No, mums are fucked.
Mums are scary. So, so that's such a good point. Looking at another thing when you look at the enjoyment of things is when you're back to that balance again is when you're going on focusing on too much of the enjoyment side of things and you're stuck there. You're going to be chasing that high a lot. You're going to be chasing or thinking, I'm just like, I need to continue to have fun. When in reality, when it comes to a journey, a lot of time it's just not going to be fun.
It's not fun.
And like you
Hell
said
no.
before, like initially it's going to get sucked, but there are some times throughout the journey, like, you know, if for example, going to weightlifting, if you've been doing it for years, some days it's not going to be fun. And sometimes it's going to be grueling. You're going to have to get it done. But it gets to a point where I'm just like, what are you going to do without it? And that's another, I guess another can of worms in itself, but it will be at least important to recognize that enjoyment comes into different ways rather than just like the dopamine hit or the excitement of something. It comes into thing of just like there's purpose behind it. Mm-hmm. Like you kind of have a necessity to need to go and to do that session, whether or not however long you've done it before. So it's especially when you're doing things like exercises that you know are fulfilling, that you know that's going to cater towards your goal, but you know they suck. Split squats. I know you don't like them.
Nobody likes a bulgy.
No one likes a bulgy.
It's called a fucking day ruiner. Is what that
It
is.
is a day ruiner, but you know it's going to be beneficial as well and stuff like that. So like when you have something that you want to enjoy the journey with, be prepared that it's not going to be always the fun, the fun side of it, and you're going to have to do some of the dirty work to obviously reach something bigger than just enjoyment in itself. Something important to really recognize of that.
100%. I think like finding out, so if you're trying to achieve a goal in general, whatever it is, let's say your goal is I just want to be fit, mobile, strong, and healthy, lean as I age. Find out what the process is or the ideal process is to get there first. So maybe go see your coach, be like, okay, cool, what do I need to do to get there? So, I want to be stronger, I'm probably going to have to do some resistance training, some lift some weights, some form of cardio. I'm going to need to monitor my food somehow, make sure I have a good relationship with food, all that stuff, so I can maintain that long term and have some level of mobility. Cool. Which of those things what do I need to do? What are the essentials? Okay, cool. You're going to have to do some level of resistance training. That's one thing that I think everybody should be doing at least until they're fucking 90, Bone density, all the benefits, we all know about them. We should be doing that. How do you make that fun? Get a fucking coach. Just saying, Get a coach, get them to make it fun, Get somebody that's open to making programs for you that are actually enjoyable so you can have a good time. Cool, that's that ticked off the list. Mm-hmm. Cardio. Let's say your coach or whoever you're seeing says, okay, cool, I want you doing 50 floors on the step bar or fucking running 3Ks on the treadmill. You're like, okay, cool. Fuck that. We can sub that out for something I enjoy. I really like going for a hike. I really like riding my bike with my kids. Sub, say, the cardio out for something that you actually enjoy. Same deal with mobility. It's like, okay, cool. I can either sit down and stretch for 5 minutes, or I can go to a yoga class, which I actually really enjoy. I can catch up with my friends. We go to a yoga class together. Sub the things out with things that you actually enjoy so that you can actually still get to that result along the same line without doing the shit that you fucking hate.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like-
The benefit of that is like you're not sacrificing anything. You're not finding, you're not, dropping your goal standards or anything like that. You're actually just finding substitutions of just saying, okay, I want to take this out because I know that's going to benefit me, but I hate doing it. Okay, what can I put in its place that's going to fulfill its same usefulness, or like that same, fulfill that goal at the same time. Such an important part, and it comes in waves. It comes in cycles. Like right now, like we're, we do like do this. Well, you do more than me now, but like do the Sunday run. You know what I mean? That's an obligation towards a bigger goal, which is the marathon run, which you've got planned to do. But on the day, I'm like, running by yourself is probably not the funnest thing in the world. So we're gonna go on
Gross.
Sunday, and we're gonna get some friends to do it, and let's talk some shit as we're doing it.
Absolutely. Have fun with it. Do it in a way that you can actually enjoy, But as Danny said before, you're not going to enjoy it all the time. Like even with the things that you say you're going to enjoy, these are my substitutes. I'm going to go for the hike instead of the fucking walk. I'm going to go for the bike ride instead of the, hitting on the stepper or whatever. I'm going to go to the yoga class instead of my stretch thingo, whatever I'm doing. Even then, with your substitutes, you're probably not going to want to do them all the time. So it's about finding that balance with, okay, cool, this is what I want to do. These are my fun things that I can do instead of, the shit things that are going to get me the same result. I still need to show up for at least one of these, maybe 3 options each day, each week. I've got to choose one of the 3. This is my shit option. This is my fun option. This is my backup fun option, so I don't get sick of the regular fun option, which is important as well.
Exactly. And it goes back to, if you listen to the last episode, is...
which you definitely did.
I hope you did. Yeah, they did. Is called low-hanging fruit. It's going back to that analogy. It was like you have the most optimal, you have the best, maybe the fun things at the top of the tree that, the great fruit there that's there for you. But if it's, if something comes up or like, you just won't be able to cater towards that, the fun things, you got to have, that low-hanging fruit, probably just the next best thing. It's like I said, it's probably not going to be optimal. It's more suboptimal, but it's something that's going to at least cater towards it. And at the end of the day, if it's like allows you to keep doing what you're doing, you will succeed. And it's like, it's not a matter of like, if you will you succeed in your goal or not? It's a matter of honestly just when you're going to succeed in your goal, because you're looking at so many, like, as you're like looking through, like, we listen to these other podcasts, we talk about a lot about compromise, talk about substitutions, low-hanging fruit, next best thing, kind of things like that. You're looking at different strategies, especially that may align with your values, may align with, your goal needs, what are your wants to get the most out of your goal. And also pushing comfort zones as well, finding what else is out there that can actually, you might realize like, fuck, I actually didn't realize I actually enjoyed it this much. Just like when we first started the year, running wasn't my most favorite thing in the world. But now actually it becomes very enjoyable in the moment when we're with friends doing it together,
When you're waking up at fucking 5 a.m. on a Sunday, you're like, fuck this,
And it sucks.
But then you get out there, you give it a go, you're having a good time, and then you actually enjoy it. So it's about still showing up on the days you don't want to do the thing, but with options that you're going to enjoy once you're doing it.
Exactly.
That's the biggest thing. Everything that we're talking about here is all about maximizing consistency. Any result comes from what you're doing consistently. If you're sitting on the couch, skipping your workouts, eating shit consistently, your result is you're going to be a fat fuck. Yeah. Am I allowed to say that? There you go.
Well, man, I specifically put this podcast is not for kids. So
Not for kids. So,
sorry.
But if you're somebody that's, showing up for yourself, moving your body every day in whichever way that you so choose, eating well, eating, say, calorie deficit or calorie maintenance, you're going to be fit, likely strong, and feel fucking good, have good energy levels. So the result that you want is just it's a result of what you're doing consistently day to day. So how can we actually make the things that you're doing for your result fun, enjoyable? and still be okay when it's not fucking fun, and be okay when it's not enjoyable, and when you want to stay home.
Yeah,
That's the difference.
that is the difference. This
reckon?
I think that was everything. We want to
That's it.
keep this one short and sweet because it is kind of self-explanatory in nature. Pretty much the TLDR is do the stuff that you look forward to doing, but also minimize the expectation that it has to be fun all the time.
Yes,
Because that's the
definitely.
reality is probably not going to be as fun sometimes. But you're looking at many angles and many compromises, many substitutions on finding the best approach to allow you to stay consistent, allow you to keep delving into the journey. Remember that fitness and health is not one color. There's no one flavor. This is quite literally for how it may sit to you guys, may be different to us. And myself to Jimbo. But that's the best part about it. It is an open door, it's an open door to an opportunity of branching into, world and health and fitness where you can succeed in your goal. You can have the best time while you're doing it, on most cases, ideally. Sometimes it's going to suck, but the consistency behind it, when you have those open doorways to find that low-hanging fruit or find that other substitution to just say, yes, I'm going to keep going for the rest of your life, you will succeed. It's not an if
You'll
or
get there.
it's not an if it's going to happen. It's a when.
100%. If it's always work, you're probably not going to do it because you're not getting paid.
Exactly. What's that good quote you said?
Doesn't matter. We don't need to talk about it.
No, they're going to want to know, man.
No, look, you can DM us if you want to hear my quote. But I'm fucking not dropping it on here. That is for sure.
We didn't have enough.
Cancelled.
We didn't have enough whiskeys for this.
There are not enough
For this
whiskeys. We'll bring the whiskeys back next week.
one, literally.
Promise. I know I have to. Good shit.
Anything else you want to say?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Just map your life out. Figure out what your ideal lifestyle is, like we spoke about in the first episode. And then figure out, okay, cool, I actually don't like the fucking Stairmaster. What can I do instead? If you do that and sort of audit your goals each week around that sort of thing, shit I actually enjoy, what do I actually enjoy, what do I want to try this week, be more open, then you're going to have a good time for the most part. And then sometimes you're going to have a shit time, and that's okay, because it's fucking life.
Because that's life. But at least you have different doorways where you're just like, well, I'm going to find the most least shit thing.
It's like this. I don't like hanging out with Danny, but I love chess, so I've got to find my fucking middle ground, you
I
know?
love hearing my own voice, but I hate talking to this guy.
Ours is the opposite of last week. You get two whiskeys into us and we're like all lovey.
And this week we got 2 pseudoephedrines in us.
We got the Codrils, fucking the hard shit behind the counter Codrils in us right now.
I love this.
Love it.
This is the Split Shift Pod.
Split Shift Potty, like, subscribe.
Like, subscribe, and watch our reels. They're pretty funny.
The reels are good. But also watch YouTube because you are, because this is not going to make it to a reel.
I hope so.
Anyway, let's go.
See ya.
See ya.